So I am sharing my screen though. Then we were discussing about this application of payment schedules on the invoices. Hope you can see my screen now. Are you able to see it?
Yes,
Yeah.
JP.
Okay. So since we have applied a payment schedule on one of the invoice, it is broken into parts. The same way, if we apply something here, it will also break into parts. But I did not apply anything. Okay. So can you please mute yourself? Okay. Thank you. Then, so this is the scenario. Now, if you want to pay one of the installment, like you can select that installment, click on OK, and then let's see what happens if I click on OK. It brings 50,000 for payment. Then I can select the cash account or bank account, any account for payment. I'll select this petty cash account. I'll remove this method of payment as check. Okay, I have to give petty cash account as well as I have to select all the Hyderabad location, department, customer one, cost center one, all things. Okay, now I can post it. So before that, I'll just go to all vendors by the time it get posted to see how the invoice is being settled there. So there is an error message. Account number for transaction type exchange rate gain does not exist. Come on. So there is some difference in, I think there is some difference in the reporting currency like yesterday, penny difference. Let me check it somewhere. General ledger, ledger setup, ledger. Fine. You give an exchange rate loss account here. Today let us create one exchange rate gain account. You can create one account only, profit and loss account for exchange rate gain or loss. Then you can give the same account for two areas. Anything exchange rate gain. Give, then I'll give it as a revenue account. I'll save it. Copy it. Go back. Give it here. Exchange rate gain account. System is asking me that there is no exchange rate gain account for one settlement voucher. There might be chances that we can have issue. I'll tell you why. So I'll post this. Again I have error. Oh, come on. I gave it here, right? I'll also give it here in the accounts for automatic transactions. New exchange rate gain. Yeah. 40021. Save it. In the both the areas it is saved. Now I can close it. I'll refresh it. Then I'll post it. So this time it is posted. Now we have settled the invoice, 50,000 invoice with one schedule. Now let us go and check that invoice, how it is settled. I'm going to Sahara. I'm going to transactions, vendor transactions. So I'm going only for open transactions. I can see there are two open invoice, 50,000 plus 30,000. So on this 50,000 invoice, I can see 45,000 as pending balance. So what happened to that 5,000?
We have paid. It got
Correct.
settled.
We have paid it and it got settled automatically. So that's the thing. So that payment transaction you can see somewhere here. If you click on this, you can see that 5,000 payment transaction here. This is the payment transaction which got settled with this invoice. So how to check which payment transaction is settled to the invoice? Anyone? How we can check from here which payment transaction is settled to this 50,000 invoice?
Settlement.
Settlement.
Or settlement history.
Settlement history. Yeah, you can see on settlement history. You can see that vendor payment number 14 is settled here with 5,000 amount. You have settled with that invoice, so you can identify it clearly here. Okay, so this is one scenario where we can apply payment schedules and we can settle them with the payment schedules. So we will discuss about another scenario. That's what Sushila asked yesterday. In case if we don't have any cash payments applied on the invoice, for this 30,000 invoice we have posted, we did not apply any cash discounts applied. We do not have any cash discounts applied earlier, this 30,000 invoice. Now we will manually apply some cash discount while I am posting it, and I'll see from where the system will pick the account. Okay, this 30,000 invoice. So for that I am going to vendor payment journal once again. I have created one journal, selecting the vendor account, Sahara once again. Then go for settle transactions. Here I can see all the payment schedules for the first invoice as well as the total invoice, 30,000 invoice, which is the second invoice. So I'm selecting this 30,000 invoice. You can see here. So on this, I don't have any calculated cash discount. You can see there is no cash discount here. So I have to pay the total amount of 30,000. But since I don't have any cash discount code applied, I don't see any discount. But my vendor is giving me some cash discount. He's offering me some cash discount. I will also pay it using that cash discount. So I can manually add the cash discount. As I was saying, you can add it from here, cash discount. So you can select cash discount and you can give a cash discount date here. You can give some date like 10 before I pay. If I pay before like not 10, 20. If I pay before 20, I'll get cash discount of 1,000. So I'm sorry, I should give negative number 1,000. Okay, 1,000 cash discount. Then you can give an alternative cash discount account. So this system will consider this account for accounting. Since you are giving manual discount here, right? You can give that particular cash discount account which system have to consider for posting the cash discount transaction. Normally when we have cash discount code in place, system will automatically take the vendor cash discount account from the cash discount code. But since we don't have it, you can give it here. If you don't give it here, then system will consider it from the accounts from automatic transactions. So let us see if it considers or not. So here in the accounts for automatic transactions, we have given an account for vendor cash discount 4 lakh 4. So system should consider this account. Suppose if I remove this account, okay, I'm removing this account. Let's see what system does. If in case we are giving any discount here, I am giving 1,000 discount. You can see, right? I am applying 1,000 discount manually, and I am going to overview once again, and I'll click on OK. Now you see 1,000 discount calculated, 29,000 account, 29,000 is taken for payment, and 1,000 is the discount. Now I will click on OK here. So I clicked on OK. I see 29,000. Then I can select again the petty cash account. Same Hyderabad location. Same. I'll select some customer and some cost center. Okay, all are good. So something is saying department 203 is not allowed. So I'll select another department then. If it's not allowed, then I'll go for finance department, since I think I have an advanced rule for it. Okay. Now it is allowed. Now I will try to validate this and see if there are any errors in this. So definitely see, once I have validated it, it is showing me an error message saying that on voucher status is none, status must be sent. So I'm sorry, I think this method of payment is selected as check. I should remove this. Since I'm paying it through cash account, I don't want to use check account, so I'm not using it. So I'll again try to validate this. This time it gives another error message. What is this? Transaction on voucher do not balance as per accounting currency and reporting currency. So it does not balance. Why it does not balance? Anyone have any idea why it does not balance? You can see why it does not balance. And you can see why there is a balance here. Any idea? Yeah, offset account is lost. It's gone. Once we remove this method of payment, offset account is gone. So I'll again select the offset account. If you don't select the offset account, you don't have the balance in the voucher, right? So you only have one account, then system will not consider it. So now you have the offset account, then again validate it. Then it's saying it is completed. Then let us try to post this one. Post it. So I took off that account, vendor cash discount, from this place. So it is posted now, 29,000. Okay, now I can see the voucher. If I see the voucher, it is posted for 29,000. So how can I see the cash discount voucher if it is posted or not?
Click on related vouchers.
I can go for related vouchers.
Okay, you can go here and go for all related vouchers. Go for all related vouchers. Oh, it took the account automatically. How it took the account, I'm not sure. So it took this vendor cash discount account. I think it should take from here only, but still we removed it, but I did not save it maybe. That is the reason. Should be possibly. But it took the same account, vendor cash discount account from there. And it also took the accounts payable account. Normally I was assuming that it should not take the cash discount account since I did not give it here. So let's try it for another invoice, for another payment again. Okay, so I remove this here from vendor cash discount totally. Now I don't have it here. I'll try to manually give it for another account, and I want to see an error message, but I did not see it this time. We'll try to see it. Going for lines. So I'll go for the same vendor, Sahara, for which we have few settlement transactions to be settled. We have some schedules, right? I'll select one of the schedule. I'll mark this schedule 5,000. For this, I'll consider some cash discount here. If I pay it on or before 10th, I should get 50 discount. So I'll give it as minus 50, minus 4950. Okay. Click OK. 4950 taken, and then I'll select offset account as petty cash account once again. Firstly, I'll remove this one. Then I'll select this offset account. So okay, wait. Hyderabad location. This 203 is automatically taken because for vendor we have created, we gave that the default dimension actually. That is why it is taking that. That's okay. Then I'll try to validate this. So it is also validated. Then let's try to post it. Oh, but it's posted. Well, it's taking account from somewhere. We'll see the voucher. Okay. We'll see the related vouchers as well. Amazingly, it took the account again. What could be the reason? What could be the reason? I assume for this vendor Sahara, we have given a default discount code, right? Maybe from there it is taking it. I will also try to remove this default discount code, and I'll save the vendor master data. This time I'll try to do one more transaction. You see this exchange is lost account because there is some slight difference in the reporting currency amount. So because of that adjusting, I think it took the exchange rate loss account. Amount in reporting currency, vendor cash discount, okay, 42, 42, okay. This one also, vendor balance, again it took 42. Accounts payable is credited with 42 and exchange rate loss is debited with 42.46. Where there is so much of variance, there should not be so much of variance. Let's see what's wrong. Other than this, I'll try one more time with one more payment to see if it works or doesn't work, but normally it should stop you from considering the account. We'll see. From Sahara, I'll go for another settlement. This one, cash discount. I'll again give the cash discount rate as today. I'll give $10 discount. Go to overview. Click on OK. 14,990. OK. Check payment removed. Select the payment offset account for payment as petty cash. Hyderabad. This one. Okay, customer and this. Okay, and post it. Now I got the error message. You see, there is an error message saying that posting results for journal batch number, voucher number 17, account number for transaction type, vendor cash discount does not exist. So this time, see earlier, since we have a default discount code for the vendors, it took the account from the discount code. But when I remove the default discount code, it is going for the consideration of account from the automatic transactions here. So in the accounts for automatic transactions, we have removed this vendor cash discount account, right? So it is throwing an error message now. That is, it does not have a discount account to be read or to be used for the $10 of discount. So $10 we have reduced here, right? It's for that. So we can clear this error message by adding that vendor cash discount account here. You can see this V vendor, no, again V, again V, 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 yeah, vendor cash discount. Then select the account 4,04,000 vendor cash discount. Save it here. Okay. Then go to vendor payment. Again, clear the error message. Refresh it. Then go for posting. So now it is posted because it read this account from here this time. You can see the 4,990 voucher as well as go for related vouchers. You can see the $10 voucher here, $10 in the accounts payable voucher. Really unsure why this exchange rate loss account voucher is being taken. We'll see that part once again. So I think it's a bug, but please consider this voucher. For this vendor cash discount, it took this account 4,04,000. That is taken here from accounts for automatic transactions. Clear, guys, for all of you, how this is working? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then if you are clear with these two scenarios, I'll explain you one very important scenario. It looks like small, but it's important. Okay. So for one of the vendor, I am doing a prepayment transaction. Okay. So I will use a different posting profile for doing that prepayment transaction. Just clicking on new here, going for vendor payment journal, go to lines. Okay. I'm selecting vendor account. I'm selecting the same Sahara account here. Okay, I'm selecting same Sahara account. I'm giving some amount. here in the debit. Since I have to pay the vendor, I'm giving some debit amount of 1000. I'll select some offset account. I'll select offset account as again cash account for payment. Okay. Select the same petty cash account for payments. Suppose this one. Go for this and go for 100 customer one, and cost center will be automatically taken. Okay, see, I'm making a normal payment. I'm not settling any invoice here. You can see it. Just gave the payment amount here in the debit amount. Then here under payment, not under payments, yeah, here in payment only, I can see this option prepayment journal voucher. If it is a prepayment, I can select it as prepayment here, but it's not changing the posting profile. One second. I'm going for vendor accounts, sorry, accounts payable parameters. Ledger and sales tax. Here for payment, prepayment, we can give the posting profile as prepayment posting profile. For prepayment invoice, I can give the posting profile as prepayment invoice. Prepayment posting profile I gave here for two situations. Okay, I'm clicking on save here. If I save it, then if I refresh it, okay. Now as soon as I change the prepayment journal voucher, it to prepayment journal voucher, I can see the posting profile changing to prepayment. If I change it back, I can see the general posting profile here. See, this is the payment line we have created. Journal payment journal. So 1000 being debited to the vendor and offset account is taken as cash account. If I go to payment here and if I click on this prepayment journal voucher, yes, then I can see the posting profile automatically getting changed. That is because in this ledger and sales tax, you gave for prepayment, posting profile for prepayment journal with prepayment, you gave this posting profile as prepayment. So what happens if I use prepayment posting profile here? Any idea what will be the voucher?
The account will be changed.
Which account will be changed? What is the voucher?
We have
Instead
created
of
an
account
account.
payable, it will be prepayment account.
Okay. So do you know the scenario why we use prepayment account rather than using accounts payable account for advance payments? Anyone?
In order to maintain differently అంటే అడ్వాన్సెస్ ని సపరేట్ గా చూపించుకోవడం కోసం దాన్ని మెయింటైన్ చేస్తాం.
Correct. So advance payments to any of our creditors or vendors or suppliers, whoever, when we are making any advance payments, they are not recorded as a liability. They are not recorded into the liability account. They are normally recorded into a prepayment account, which is an asset account. It just indicates that it is an asset account, and whenever you want your money back from your creditor or supplier or vendor, you can take it back. That is your asset or some deposit amount you are maintaining with them. So it will be like an asset only. So that is why they will use a different posting profile for representing this kind of advance payments. Okay, clear this point for all of you?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now I change the posting profile here and I gave it as prepayment voucher, and then I'll try to post this one here. There is an error. Error says that you must select value in the customer field in the combination with the financial dimension. This account, that account is this account, not this account. What account it is? Okay. What account it is? Any idea?
Given 9.
For the advance payment account.
Correct. The prepayment account behind the vendor. Now
JP can't hear your voice.
so for this vendor we have to give maybe. Hello, am I audible for all of you?
Yes. No.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the prepayment account actually, which we have given for the in the prepayment posting profile. Since now this is acting as a alias account for the vendor, not the accounts payable account. So this asset account is having some advanced rules which has to be filled out. So that is what it is asking here. So it is asking for a customer account. So I'll give the customer account. Other than that, did it ask anything else? No, it doesn't. It is only asking me the customer account. So I gave it. So now I can click on OK. I'll refresh it and I'll try to post it. So it is posted. Now let us see the voucher for this prepayment transaction. You can see the voucher is prepaid expense debited and petty cash account credited. Earlier you used to get accounts payable account here, but since we have changed the posting profile, we can see this different account here, prepaid expenses. Clear guys? All of you? Yes or no?
Yes, GP.
Okay, Saidip. Saidip,
Yes,
is it
JP.
clear? Okay. Then I'll go for this is a prepayment now, right? So I also create an invoice quickly for the same vendor for the same amount, and let us try to settle both of them later. So I'm creating a new vendor. Sorry, I am creating a new vendor. I'm so sorry. uh, Delete this. Create a new invoice journal. New. Select the invoice journal. Go for lines. Select the vendor again. Sahara. Here I'm selecting invoice date as some date in the future, like 10. I'm giving it as sh invoice 33. Then credit the vendor for the invoice for same $1,000. Select the offset account as any expense account, like 5 series. Go with this miscellaneous expense account. Okay, and for this customer or vendor, I'll also give this customer account. I mean, it's not needed, but I'll give it just for a sake of, for some explanation. I'll tell you why I will give it. Okay, so I'm removing this terms of payment and discounts and everything. So here I am creating an invoice for 1,000. Now I will post it. So for this is same posting profile, general posting profile only. You can see the posting profile we used is here in the invoice. You can see it is a general posting profile. I'm not changing it to prepayment because this is not a payment invoice. This is not payment transaction, right? This is just a invoice transaction. So I am using the same general posting profile and I'll post it. So once if I post it, what is the entry here? Anyone? Hello? So what is the voucher? Come on guys, what is the voucher for this invoice? We have posted an invoice. We have been discussing this from past 2 days. You should tell me the voucher at least.
Expense account debit to accounts payable account.
Correct. So do anyone have any other opinion other than this? So it should be expense account debit and miscellaneous expense account debit and accounts payable account credited. So I'll tell you both the vouchers here. I'll show you. So when we have done invoice, what is the voucher? This account is debited and accounts payable account is credited. So this is for 1,000 and this is also for 1,000. So when we did the prepayment, so then what was the voucher? What was the voucher when we have done the prepayment earlier?
Prepaid expenses account debit.
So prepaid expenses, or say consider it as prepayment account. Okay, prepayment account is debited
Debit to cash.
for 1,000 and cash account is credited for 1000, right? Suppose if I'm going to settle these two transactions, settling this invoice transaction to the prepayment transaction. So what happens if I settle both of them? As in the accounting perspective, yes.
It will get knocked off. Accounts payable account debit to prepayment account.
Accounts payable account will get debited to prepayment account will get credited, right? So
Yes.
how, without posting an entry, how it will get debited and how it will get credited? See, normally when we make any payment, earlier we used to have this one, same accounts payable account here. Accounts payable account is credited and accounts payable account is debited. This is what we have earlier when we do invoice and when we make a payment. So this account and this account both are same, right? So it will get knocked off automatically without creating any voucher. There is no chance for another voucher because same accounts, right? So it will automatically gets cancelled. But since here we are using another prepayment account instead of accounts payable, we have used prepayment account, right? So when we settle these two transactions, there will be a settlement voucher posted, automatic settlement voucher. So this settlement voucher will be like this, like Sairam said. What Sairam? Accounts payable.
Accounts payable account debit
Account
to
will, accounts
prepayment
payable
account.
account will get debited and prepayment account will get credited. So what happens now if this settlement voucher is posted? So accounts payable balance will become 0. Accounts payable credited 1000 and debited 1000. It will become 0. Prepayment debited 1000 and prepayment account credited here account for 1000. So both of them will become 0. So this will get knocked off. Say this will get knocked off. This will get knocked off. This will get knocked off and this will get knocked off. So the remaining entry is expense account debit to cash account. So this is what we have. We should get the settlement entry when we settle two transactions which are posted through two different posting profiles. So this is posted through general posting profile and this is posted through prepayment posting profile. So when we settle both these transactions, we should get the settlement voucher to balance this account balances in the trial balance, to reduce this account balances, or however, whether credit balance will be debited and debit balance will be credited. Clear, guys? Did you miss the logic somewhere for this, or is it clear for everyone? Hello?
Yeah, just a little bit confusing.
Yes, sir.
Confusing or clear?
Just a little confusing.
So see, Shushila, ignore the settlement voucher. Remember the previous transactions where when we do invoice, we have this transaction. Okay. When we do normal payment, we have accounts payable account only here also, right? Accounts payable will be debited, cash account will be credited. Yes or no?
Yeah,
When we do payment transaction previously, we have accounts payable account debited and cash account credited, isn't
yes,
that?
yes. By doing.
Okay. Okay. So when we do settlement for them, both of them, these two accounts will get knocked off. Accounts payable debit 1000 and accounts payable credit 1000 will get knocked off and it will become 0 finally.
Okay.
And the remaining entry will be expense account debit and cash account credit will be the final balances we can have in trial balance. The remaining will become 0 anyway. Right?
Yeah.
So now when we do any prepayment transaction, the prepayment account will get debited here instead of accounts payable account. So we should have this account and this account, both of them getting 0, right? Only the final entry should be this one according to us.
Yeah, expense account. And
So
cash.
that is why we have this settlement voucher for reversing
Okay.
these two, this one and this one. Both of them will get reversed. And again, for every debit, we should have credit, right? So this account will, these two will be debited and credited as a single voucher, as a separate voucher, so that this will also become 0 and this will also become 0, and final entry will remain as this. So I'll give a different color for this if you want. I'll give a different color as blue for this, and this one also I'll give blue font. So this one will become 0 and this one also will become 0. Here this one and this one. So on this final expense account debit and cash account credit will remain in your trial balance as the expense account, and there is some reduction in your asset account. That's
So
all. So
in
the
trial balance, we will see this expense account, cash account, right?
correct
As
expense
an
account
okay,
balance as debit and cash account
cash
balance as
account.
credit.
Yeah, now one.
This
Yeah.
one and this one will become 0. I mean, this accounts payable account will become 0 and prepayment account also will become 0 finally. Here guys, all of you, Saideep, Santosh, whoever we have,
Yes,
Mega.
yes, bro.
Okay.
Yes, JB clear.
So let us now settle the prepayment transaction and invoice transaction we have done for this vendor. So this going to vendor, this vendor only, right? Sahara. Click on transactions. Here you can see the transactions. Where is this invoice we have done? This is the invoice we have done, right? 1000 invoice. Where is the prepayment we have done? Oh, this is the payment actually we have done, and this is the invoice we have done. Invoice number 33. $1,000 invoice. You can see the invoice number, and this is the $1,000 payment. So if you want to clarify, you can see the voucher before you will settle them. So see the voucher, you have prepayment expense account and petty cash account in this payment transaction here. So this is the invoice transaction. Now how do I settle this invoice with this payment? How I can settle these two?
Same settlement.
Click on settlement and
Settle
Settle
transaction.
transaction.
settle transactions and
Mark.
That which needs to be
okay.
settled.
Mark.
Select this payment
Payment.
invoice transaction and select this payment
Payment.
transaction. So it is saying the transaction is a prepayment. Mark the transaction for settlement. I'm saying yes, mark both of them. It's marked. Now if I click on post, it will get settled. So let us see what if I click on post. So I clicked on post. You saw right? Now what happened? Can anyone notice what happened here? What differently you can see?
Balance in transaction currency became 0
So
for the
it will
1000.
become 0. That's for sure because we have settled them. And also we have this one. This is the settlement voucher that we were talking about. See, this is the settlement voucher, 1000 and 1000. So for both the lines, it is the same actually the voucher number. It's the same two lines we have. So if I click on this voucher number, you can see this transaction. Prepaid expense account getting credited and accounts payable account getting debited. That's what I'm saying here. Prepayment account will get credited and accounts payable account will get debited in the settlement voucher. So this is that settlement voucher that we got here. Automatic voucher number. You can see this is not a payment voucher number or invoice voucher number. This is an automatic voucher. In this automatic voucher, accounts payable get debited and prepayment expense will get credited. So that will show up here as an automatic transaction, and you can see the same invoice number 33 and 33. For settling that 33 invoice only, we got this settlement voucher. So that is why it shows settlement here. So both of them are same actually. You see the same voucher number. Since both the accounts are behind vendor only, you can see 2 times here. That's all. But if you click in any of them, it shows the same voucher. So accounts payable account also behind the vendor and prepayment expense also behind the vendor account, right? Both are alias accounts. That is why for the single voucher only we can see 2 lines here. That's all. So this is the settlement voucher that is being brought up. So you can also see this. I'll try to add the posting profile here for better clarification. Maybe I can add it in this grid. Add a field. Come on. Let me search for the field posting, contains posting, posting profile. Yes, insert it. So it is inserted here. I can move it actually. Personalized posting profile. I mean, right click on this personalized posting profile, personalize this form. Then I have this option of movement. Where is this movement? I have select this, click on, come on, there is some option to move. Okay, then I can click on tab and move it left or left side. You can see an yellow bar moving. And I'll click on enter. So I can see the posting profile appearing here automatically. I just moved that column from there to here. Okay, now you can see here clearly. So this is the prepayment invoice we have done using the prepayment posting profile. Sorry, prepayment payment transaction. This is the invoice transaction we have done using general, and this is the settlement voucher. You can see this too. Sorry, this one, same watch lines. You see 17 and 17. One is for general, one is for prepayment. So this is accounts payable getting debited, and this is prepayment account getting credited. Here you can see. So this is the settlement voucher that automatically comes here in the vendor transaction screen. Clear guys for all of you? Any confusion in this voucher understanding this? Sushila,
Yeah.
Sairam, so
Yes, JP.
it's a little advanced concept, but still you have to understand this because you will face such kind of situations. You will also see the settlement transactions in another scenario other than this posting profile scenario. You will see other scenario. I'll tell you that scenario. If you are doing an invoice with one financial dimension, suppose when I am doing an invoice, I'll select the vendor account and I'll set the financial dimension for the vendor account as Hyderabad location. Okay, dimension value as Hyderabad I'll select. While I am doing a payment transaction, I'll select the same vendor account, right, for payment. This time I'll select the financial dimension as Bangalore location. So I am selecting same posting profile. There also general only, here also general only. Same accounts payable account where it will get credited. Here also accounts payable account will get debited. But there is a different dimension value I am selecting in the invoice and in the payment transaction. In the invoice I am selecting Hyderabad dimension value for the vendor account, and in the payment I am selecting Bangalore dimension value. So if I settle both those transactions like invoice with the payment which is having different dimension values, then also I'll get the same settlement voucher. But in that you will get same accounts payable account but with two different dimension values. So if I click on voucher, I can see accounts payable with one dimension value and accounts payable with another dimension value, debiting and crediting. So it does post this kind of settlement transaction to transfer the balances from one financial dimension value to another financial dimension value. Here it is transferring from one account to another account, right? When we use different posting profiles. There if you use same posting profiles but different dimension values, then it will post the same accounts but with different dimension values. That's one assignment for you to do tomorrow. You understood the scenario, right? Sairam.
Yes, JP.
Okay. Sushila, Saidip, you understood the scenario,
Yeah.
right? Bala.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Try it tomorrow as an example.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one doubt.
Sush
Actually, yesterday we have done the settlement for the premium payments which I have done earlier through check, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
for those we won't find any voucher. You said.
Because we did not use prepayment
Yeah.
posting profile there. We use
Yeah.
the same
Right.
posting profile as general. That is
Okay.
why. Okay. But that time we did not create prepayment posting profile, right? I only created general roughly.
Yes.
Hmm. That's all. If you have a different posting profile for settlement or for two transactions, if you are settling two transactions with different posting profiles, or if you're settling two transactions with the same posting profile but with different dimension values that are assigned to vendor account only. Remember that, not to any offset accounts in the invoice or in the payment transaction. Only if you have a different financial dimensions for the vendor account or for the accounts payable account, then you will have a settlement voucher again. Okay, tomorrow you guys try that scenario and let me know if you face any difficulties in that and if you don't see any settlement transactions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So early tomorrow we will see some other options here available on the screen and we'll proceed to our next topic. Okay. That would be all for today. If you have any doubts, just let me know. If you don't, you can drop off. Thank you.